What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Some commentary for you. And initially, a topic I wasn't going to speak on, but a lot of people approached me with this, and not only that, shared their opinion about it, and it really changed how I felt about this. And let me preface this by saying no one should criticize EA for trying to make their game better, and I don't think that's the point these individuals are trying to make, nor myself. But we also have to understand that EA has continued to put out a product that has failed to meet expectations, not only that they've set, but gamers have, and put themselves in a position where everything they do is going to be looked at under a microscope. So a couple weeks ago, EA had went out to the Pro Bowl. And while there, they were doing some facial scans. They were asking players for their opinions on the game, not just some team celebration things, but ratings. I'm sure they were taking community feedback as well. And the interesting thing is, if you remove yourself from our community, let's say you hadn't played Madden in a few years, you just happened to be at the Pro Bowl and you're seeing, these game developers out interacting with fans and players, trying to improve their product, and you went out and purchased the game based on that interaction that you saw. How surprised would you be when you got home and realized perhaps that game you were at, the Pro Bowl, isn't actually included in the product you saw them promoting it? Now, if you take that same mindset, and let's think about, the NBA and the dunk contest, or MLB and the home run derby. These aren't major aspects of the sport, but they are and have been covered in video games. Whereas the NFL touts the Pro Bowl. From a fan's perspective, it's one of the most interactive games, whether you agree or disagree with the Pro Bowl being played at all. It's one of the most interactive games the fans have, because a fan essentially has the input to vote players into it. And ironically enough, it's not something that's playable in Madden. And it's not because the community has asked it to be taken out. I don't know one person who can give me a logical explanation as to why the Pro Bowl should not be in Madden or should not be playable. I know the excuses we've been given by EA as to why it's not in the game or not playable many times comes down to the helmets that the players wear. And it had been in the game before. We used to get generic AFC and NFC helmets. But I'd never thought of it outside of our own community. And the way someone would feel if they saw this gaming company and said, wow, they're really trying to do the right thing. They're really down here trying to make the best game that they have. And they probably don't even realize that the game they're at isn't included in the product to begin with. And there is something to be said for that. I don't know what, but there is something to be said for it. So I'd love to know your thoughts on this. I appreciate you checking out this video. And you know that I'll be back very shortly with more commentary.